We are Sorted, a group of mates who have your back when it comes to all things food. From cooking battles to gadget reviews
And it's not worth it.
and cookbook challenges to a midweek meal packs app.
Crack your eggs, bake.
We uncover the tools that'll help us all cook and eat smarter. Join our community where everything we do starts with you.
Hello everyone. Now our mate James is a chef and he's in our studio. Hello James.
Hello, Jamie.
And we thought even though we're in lockdown, we can still explore the world of extravagance, see what we discover.
So as always, we have picked some potentially pretentious ingredients and sent them to the studio for James. Plus, I've left very strict instructions for Mike to prepare, at a safe distance, a few food items that might work with them.
Shall I lift the cloche? Oh, it's oil, a nut oil. It's not great eating oil off a spoon. It tastes peanutty, but I can imagine it's not peanut oil, because that's not pretentious enough for this video.
This is Organic's virgin argan oil. It's 100% pure, lightly toasted, organic, cold pressed, and perfect for culinary use. Delicious, nutty taste, perfect as a finishing oil. It was a best kept secret of the Berber people of North Africa. It's a nutty golden oil that comes from the fruit of the argan tree, which itself is ancient and UNESCO protected.
It looks good, the branding is nice, it looks expensive.
So argan oil products generally fall into two camps. You've got cosmetics and you've got culinary use. And in culinary use, it's very much a finishing oil, or you can literally take it almost as like for the health benefits of just like a tablespoon a day that you might take like a cod liver oil similarly.
I've heard of it as a cosmetic thing, but not as a culinary thing. I've got some bread to dip it in. It's not the nicest thing to eat with bread. To me, it doesn't taste like a finishing oil. In the same way that I want to cook with peanut oil because it imparts an amazing flavour, I want to cook with this, but this is being marketed as a finishing oil. I have two other pots.
Well, one is an extra virgin olive oil, and one is a pistachio oil.
This one's the olive oil. It's quite a mild olive oil, actually. It's nice. So I also had the pistachio oil. Whoa. It's not got the same satisfaction as the olive oil. It's actually quite similar to the argan oil. It's very mild, therefore it's more oily than flavourful. Weirdly, I'm enjoying it more now that I've gone back to it after the other two oils.
Interesting.
Maybe it's because I've tasted the olive oil. It's now kind of tasting a little bit sweeter.
We've said that before with things like whiskey tasting. You need to get your palate in the right place sometimes to be able to taste it properly.
Yeah, well, my palate is now in the right place and it's actually tasting nicer.
I think, as always, we come back to the question, what's the definition of pretentious? Just because it's something unfamiliar to us, is that pretentious? I think the story behind this is really nice because the founder of Organic basically spent a couple of years researching the Berber communities because she loved the heritage of the story.
It says over 600 Berber women benefit directly from the production of our oil. It's on the label, which is cool. I don't know whether it inspires me to use it anywhere that I wouldn't use olive oil. For example, we've tested pumpkin oil as well before, and that flavour kind of blew me away. It adds a different element to a dish. This, it's nice to have on bread, and I started appreciating the flavour, but it's very, very mellow.
And price-wise, James, that bottle, 250ml, any guesses?
$9.99.
It's a lot more than $9.99. The 600 Berber women who spend 15 hours hand crushing 30 kilos of UNESCO protected nut is a little bit more than $9.99. It's 28.
28.
For premium oils and cold pressed extra virgin, it's on par.
If anyone actually does use argan oil to finish their dishes or any other weird and wonderful uses for it, let me know. I'd be really interested to know how it differs from olive oil if you use it in a different way.
Pretentious or not?
Definitely not pretentious. What's it gonna be? It's some dried things. I think they're crispy tomato slices.
Good, so we've established you can read.
It looks pretentious. Shall I taste them? I've got a lot of reservations. When you pick them up, they're a little bit crispy. They taste of tomato. The taste is good. but I'd rather be eating a sun-dried tomato, I think. These are not crispy anymore, they're chewy.
Well, James, these are the Dardyman's Tomato Fruit Crisps. This savoury snack makes a healthy alternative to traditional crackers. Dehydrated and served in slices, they make a great accompaniment with cheeses, salad, pasta, and best of all, charcuterie.
They're a great ingredient. They're not for snacking.
Is that the issue? You're saying because they're dehydrated, you don't like them?
Yeah, perhaps a freeze-dried one would be better. I don't dislike them. They have a nice flavour because they're obviously really nice tomatoes.
What they say is that because they dehydrate rather than sun-dry or freeze-dry, they're able to retain all of the fruit's vitamins. You get to keep the earthy colours, the natural flavours, and there's no sugars or preservatives. So that is as tomato as a tomato could get.
And it's nice, it tastes good. I think the issue I have is probably the claim that it's fine snacking. As soon as I saw that, it was game over, man. I don't mind the chewiness, but it's not great on its own.
Well, what if we served it to you as instructed?
Look at these. My goodness.
There you should have some canapes with piped garlic and herb cream cheese on top of your tomato fruit crisp.
Well, have a taste, see if it changes your mind.
No.
Oh, come on.
What do you want from a canapé base? You either want something that kind of carries the topping and then disappears completely, or you want something that gives a bit of texture to the canapé. What you don't want is something that stays in your mouth for 5 minutes after you finish the actual canapé. I want to be clear and say that I'm not saying it's bad. Like, it tastes nice, and I'm sure it has uses. You just can't use it straight out of the box.
Do you want to have a crack at how much it costs?
£5.99.
It was £5.95.
Oh, what a guess.
Okay, James, you know what I'm going to ask you. Pretentious or not?
In my opinion, I'm gonna have to say Pretentious. It's a good product, but it's trying to do something that it's not delivering on. Put them through pasta, put them through like a dressing in a salad, chop them up and put them on a cheese platter. Just don't snack on them, and don't expect them to be crispy as soon as they hit your mouth. What on earth is that? It smells like a condiment.
That it is. Can you narrow it down any more?
Well, it's sparkly. It smells acidic, pickly, slightly mushroomy. It's kind of a little bit split. It's separating in the pot. It doesn't smell great, but I don't know if I'm being influenced by the looks. I'm not looking forward that much to tasting it.
Good. Well, in that case, put some on your tongue. Try it.
Oh. It's really salty, it's slightly vinegary, it's slightly mustardy.
It's mustard.
It looks horrific.
So James, this is Savour & Sen's Gold Mustard. Add a subtle sheen to meat, sandwiches and salad dresses with this mustard from French food pioneer Savour & Sen's.
I'm still going with the mushroomyness. I don't know why.
So, it does have a little truffle essence in it. Or a natural truffle flavour. So it is a truffle mustard as well.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I potentially put you in this category, but it says, this will instantly elevate any dish's visual appeal, present to culinary-minded guests for an expected yet undoubtedly appreciated finishing touch.
No, surely if your guests are culinary-minded, they're gonna prefer a good mustard. I have been presented with some more beautifully plated food. It's an open salt beef sandwich with a single pickle on the top. It has 2 different types of mustard on it. One has whole grain mustard, which looks delightful, and one has gold mustard, which looks off-putting.
I love some salt beef.
Okay, that was the gold. This is a whole grain. Oh. I don't know how fair a comparison this is. Mustards can be quite different, and it's very subjective. Like, I prefer it without the truffle. I can't really taste it on the salt beef because it hasn't got much of a kick to it. All I can really say is their main selling point appears to be the visual appeal, and it's kind of splitting, and I think it would look nicer if it was the Dijon or an English mustard. I think it would have a better visual appeal. I think it's also worth me saying that I'm not adverse to using a little bit of gold in dishes to make it look good, but This just doesn't look nice.
What about price-wise, James?
I'm trying to think of like an average price of mustard.
I'll give you an average price of mustard. A quality whole grain mustard, averaging out at about 72 pence per 100 grams.
I'll go for £5.99.
Not high enough. It's about £7 a jar and available in very high-end shops like Harrods and Harvey Nichols.
£7. You know my opinion already.
Pretentious or not?
It's totally pretentious. Oh, it's very yellow and fruity.
Ooh.
It's very subtle shimmer, but it catches your eye every so often.
Give it a taste.
It's really sweet.
More so than a more regular Prosecco?
Compare it closer to Fanta than Prosecco. In terms of if we're going for a sweetness scale, it tastes a little bit artificial. You've said Prosecco, so I'm assuming it's alcoholic, but it doesn't necessarily taste alcoholic. It could easily just be a soft drink.
This is the Pearl Cuvée alcohol-free sparkling wine. Give it a shake and glitter swirls around in the bottle, so it's sparkling in more ways than one. Flavours of white flowers, grapefruit and orange rind dominate. So mix with soda water and a slice of orange, and now it's a refreshing summer spritzer.
Is the serving suggestion to spritz it? Or is it like a white wine where you can spritz it? I can imagine in this kind of bottle, it's intended to be drunk like this. It doesn't say wine on the bottle anywhere. It's just shaped like a wine bottle.
The place where we bought it from described it as sparkling wine.
What's going on? Okay, so you've given me an alcohol-free sparkling wine. It's actually really similar.
Is it really?
Yeah. The Pearl is more soft drink. This is more winey. It's got a bit more of a tang. I like the idea of alcohol-free wines because it means that you can kind of have a drink with your mates that are drinking alcohol and not feel left out. But if I wasn't drinking alcohol, I think I'd prefer to go for something that isn't trying to replicate alcohol, but is just a nice drink.
And what you'll also find there is everything that you need to turn this into a spritzer, which may or may not be the right way to drink it, but is a serving suggestion at the least.
Oh, that's all right, you know. Tastes a bit more winey, I guess because it's not as sweet, because it's been diluted. The fact that they've made it yellow means that it doesn't look like wine, which is another tick in my opinion. Like, they're not trying to be wine, even though they kind of say it, kind of don't, I'm not sure. I've gone on the journey from thinking, oh, this is a nice alcohol-free drink, to is it sparkling wine or is it not? And do I serve it with soda water or not? If I picked up the bottle off the shelf, I'm not sure what I'm getting.
How much do you think it costs?
£4.99.
Add 10 quid to that, it's £14.90.
That feels quite expensive, especially when you can buy other bottles of sparkling flavoured water, which is what this essentially is, for a lot cheaper.
So, pretentiousness or not?
I'll err towards pretentious, but I can't say it is pretentious because it's not really trying to be wine, but is it? But isn't it? I don't know. Turning around, opening the clutch. Whoa, Cioccolato. It feels premium. It feels like something you'd buy in an artisan little deli shop.
Now what you got?
It looks like a cake, but it's incredibly heavy. It's a solid block of chocolate. It smells good.
It is La Molina's La Minestrati Gianduja, a milk white and dark chocolate layered Gianduja cake.
Okay.
That is indeed solid, even for James's arms.
Oh,
It looks sticky and fudgy and delicious.
I mean, that looks incredible.
it's crazy.
We should definitely point out that La Molina is an Italian chocolatier. They have incredible handcraft chocolates. They deliver excellence throughout.
It's good. I think the layers are probably like really traditional and it's like a feast for the eyes.
Are there not different flavours within the different layers?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have taken this and separated it into milk, white and dark chocolate. I'll go for milk. I'll go for dark. They do taste different, but you're never going to taste them differently. Why would anyone do that?
The layering is more about the visuals, whereas I think traditionally, gianduja is used as like a filling for other things.
It tastes like praline. Like you could put a hard chocolate shell outside of it and it would be a praline that you know and love.
How much for that 2 kilo cake?
I can imagine it's quite expensive. Maths wise, I'm coming out at like £100. Although I'm basing that on like 100 grams of pretty decent chocolate, £90.
It's actually less than that, £79.
What a bargain. You look at that and you think, wow, that's £79 for a cake, but actually it's £79 for 2 kilos of chocolate. It's quite reasonable.
And it sounds crazy to say that, but we come back to the same question and the same narrow word of pretentious or not.
It's not pretentious. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. I'd say you know what you're getting when you buy it, but I'm not sure we 100% knew what we were getting when we bought it. But if you know what it is, you know what you're getting, and damn, it's going to serve a lot of people. It's a celebration thing, you know?
Well, I can't wait until we all get back into the studio to celebrate.
Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere.
I want to put my face in that. Well, there are our thoughts, but we'd absolutely love to know what you think as well. List the products down below in the comments and give us your opinions. Pretentious or not?
We've also built the Sorted Club, where you can get tons of foodie inspo using the PAX Midweek Meal app, discover and share restaurant recommendations using the Eat app, listen and contribute to our Feast Your Ears podcast, and send us ideas for new cookbooks you'll receive throughout the year. Check it all out by heading to sorted.club. And now a blooper.
But I like a little bit more of a kick to my dipping olive oil.
Maybe James wasn't the right person.
Shut up, mate. I can see you. I can still see you, Jamie. That judging look.
Yeah, but this olive oil's not to my tasting and my sourdough's too chewy.